Ang una niyang ginawa, nag-solicit siya ng 16 million pesos sa isang kumpanya on paper using my name without any authorization from the Department of Education. Point, hindi ko na pinalampas. Sinabihan na siya na there is loss of trust and confidence. And you should go. And then she said na pwede bang mag-retirement na lang ako instead na paalisin ninyo ako.
Ito ang wow trending. Tila ba bumaliktad ang istorya ng DepEd whistleblower kuno na si Aling Gloria Mercado Humawil. Si Aling Gloria ay ang dating Undersecretary ng Department of Education. Kanina sa ikalawang pagdinig ng public hearing on good government and public accountability, ginawa itong witness ng mga congressman. Ang dating Undersecretary ng Department of Education laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Ayon pa kay former DepEd Undersecretary Gloria Mercado Humawil sa kanyang short statement kanina na sa loob ng 9 na buwan mula Pebrary hanggang Setyembre ay nakatanggap siya ng 50,000 pesos galing kay Vice President Sara Duterte at ipinakita din ni Aling Gloria ang 9 na mga envelope na may label na Hope na kanyang inipon sa loob ng 9 na buwan. Mahigit na 450,000 ang pera na kanyang nakuha galing kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Nalaman lang daw niya na pera ang laman ng envelope noong mag-voluntary retirement siya noong October 2023. Wow! Pero booking si Aling Gloria dahil tinanggal pala ito ni Vice President Sara Duterte dahil naka-strike 2 siya kay Inday Sara. Una, nagsolicit siya sa isang kumpanya ng 16 million at ginamit pa ang pangalan ni Vice President Sara Duterte. At pangalawang offense niya, tinanggal na ni Inday Sara pero nakiusap si Aling Gloria na mag-retirement na lang siya para dili kaayo ulaw. Hindi nakakahiya. At imbis na tumino si Aling Gloria, abay rumesbak pa kay Inday Sara. Nagpagamit sa mga tulongges na mga congressman ng House of Representatives. Booking ka na, nanay. Komento pa ng mga netizen na sa anak ni Aling Gloria Mercado at sa mga apo niya, sabihin nyo na nakakahiya ang tanda na. Ganyan pa din ang ginagawa, Diyos ko. Naku po, mga aligasyon at nagtuturo siya pala ang magnanakaw. Kukuha kayo ng pambato mga congressman para ituro si Vice President Sara. Ngayon bumalik kaagad sa inyo ang karma. Wala bang mga apo yan para pagsabihan yung lola nila na wag nang magkalat habang nabubuhay pa? Namuka, Gloria Humamil Mercado, malapit ka na sa hukay, panay ka pa katarantaduhan, sinungaling na matanda. Di nga nila inalaw na sabihin ng isang DepEd kung bakit tinanggal yung Gloria, agad-agad pinatahimik nila yung tao. Pero sa tanong kay Gloria, gusto nilang palabasin na kaya tinanggal siya dahil ayaw sumunod sa kanila at may 50k monthly. Yung brown envelope naging puti nung nilabas.
Next question, Bones Magsumbon, Robert.
Good afternoon, VP.
Yes.
VP, as we're speaking right now po, merong ongoing House probe. Actually, minutes ago, former DepEd Undersecretary Gloria Mercado says you gave her envelopes containing 50,000 each from February to September 2023 when she was with Hope or the Health Orchestrate Positive Learning. A DepEd project, she believes it could be to influence her decision as Hope. Your response po?
Dapat siguro kung mag-akusa siya ng ganyan, dapat may papel siya. Tulad ng ako, pag inaakusahan ako, pag sumasagot ako, binibigay ko yung papel. Gloria Mercado is a disgruntled former employee of the Department of Education. She was let go because of loss of trust and confidence sa Office of the Secretary. Una niyang ginawa, well, hindi ko alam kung anong nauna, pero naka-strike 2 siya sa akin. Ang una niyang ginawa, nag-solicit siya ng 16 million pesos sa isang kumpanya on paper using my name without any authorization from the Department of Education. Bibigay ni JC sa inyo mamaya yung papel. Kalagay doon. Pangalawa, noong nag-school visit ako sa Cebu, merong lumapit sa akin na teacher. Sabi niya sa akin, Inday Sara, masakit sa loob namin na mga teachers kami na nasa field. Tapos merong humahawak ng teacher items na wala dito sa aming probinsya o wala dito sa aming region. So, pinakwento ko siya. Iyon naman yung purpose ng aking mga school visits, diba, sa iba't ibang lugar na bansa. Sabi ko, one-on-one tayo, kwento mo lahat sa akin. Ano? And then it turned out, ang HR mismo ng Department of Education, our undersecretary, took a teacher item from Region 7, nilagay niya sa central office for a non-teaching task. Ginawa niyang executive assistant niya. Ang apelido nun, Villar. Meron niyang paper trail. So, nung bumalik ako sa central office, tinanong ko, totoo ba na meron tayong teacher item galing sa Region 7 na nandito sa atin? Totoo daw, nasa HR. HR pa mismo ang gumawa ng parang injustice sa teachers namin sa field. So, on that second point, hindi ko na pinalampas. Sinabihan na siya na there is loss of trust and confidence. And you should go. And then she said na, pwede bang mag-retirement na lang ako instead na paalisin ninyo ako. Kasi ang tagal ko na, matanda na ako. And then sinabihan siya, okay, sige. You go. So she's a disgruntled former DepEd employee. At yan yung dalawa na rason kung bakit siya pinaalis. May papel yung 16 million na solicitation niya. May papel yung teaching position sa Region 7 na kinuha niya. And my experience sa kanya, ayoko, factual lang ako ayoko atakihin yung pagkatao niya. Pero when she was HR of the Department of Education, meron kasi akong time dyan for our USEX and ASEX na hindi execom. So, pinapapunta ko yan sila kung sino man yung merong concern, sino yung may problema, pumunta kayo sa akin, mag one-on-one tayo. So, one of those times na one-on-one kami, siniraan niya yung isang USEC, isang ASEC ng Department of Education. And bago pa lang kami nun. In fact, pag alis ko, 2 years lang kami, very, very new. Na nagulat ako. Kasi HR ka eh. Pag HR ka, hindi dapat ikaw yung mag-cause ng away-away sa loob ng institusyon. Dapat ikaw yung maging peacemaker. But siniraan niya yung isang ASEC and isang USEC sa akin mismo. And nagulat ako. Why attack the ASEC or the USEC sa kanilang pagkatao? Hindi naman trabaho. And then, ganun din na ginawa niya. Nung malis na siya sa Department of Education because of the 2 points, lumipat siya sa Senate. One of the offices of the senators din nandiyan yan siya ngayon. And yung isang kaibigan ko doon sa Senado, narinig namin na sige na siya atake. Inaatake niya si Michael Poa, si Reynold Monsayag, si Gerald Chan. Yan ngayon yung nakapangalan sa kanyang statement. Kaya kami, nung nagbasa siya kanina ng statement, hindi na kami nagulat. Kasi naririnig na namin sa opisina, dyan sa Senate, yung mga pinagsasabi niya after she was let go. I think, hindi lang siguro niya matanggap na kasalanan niya kung bakit siya pinalayas sa Department of Education. Pero hindi din talaga namin matanggap na magsusolicit ka sa isang private company on paper 16 million. And then, kukuha ka ng teacher item sa field, gagawin mong EA sa central office. Hindi pwede yun.
VP, in relation to that, since you brought up yung names po ni Attorney Poa and Attorney Monsaya. So, during the probe earlier, she said that yung reason daw kung bakit daw siya nilet go ng DepEd nyo po was that she disagreed daw with Attorney Monsayak's suggestion that bidders in the DepEd computerization program just discuss it among themselves to avoid failed bidding.
Ngayon ko lang narinig yan. Sa kanya ko lang narinig yan. Pero ako ang nagsasabi, kasi I was the one who fired her out of the Department of Education. Yung dalawang rason na yon, ang rason kung bakit siya pinaalis sa Department of Education. And as I said, may papel yon. Ibibigay namin sa inyo ang papel. Ang HR record ni Villar, nasa Department of Education din. In fact, hanggang ngayon si Villar nasa region. Kasi sinabihan niya yung region bago siya umalis na ilagay yan sa region, wag yan sa teaching position. Pero that person is holding a teaching position.
Any more questions regarding the HOR probe? PEMC, Philippine Inquirer.
Hi ma'am, good afternoon.
At least, Mr. Chair, I would know the Vice President is watching us because she just had a press conference and she said that she's denying giving former DepEd Undersecretary Gloria Mercado 50,000 for 9 months. And the Vice President saying that Mercado was let go because she used DepEd to solicit donations from the private sector amounting to 16 million without her knowledge. And she adds that she will provide the media with paper trail to back up her claim, describing Mercado as a disgruntled former DepEd official. I think, ma'am, given your long history and long service to the Republic, 40 long years, I think it's fair for you to be given the opportunity to reply to the Vice President.
I think, I don't want to do this, but since siya na yung nagsabi, i-turn over ko na yung envelope. The envelopes where the money was.
Comsec.
So it's 9 envelopes.
Kuha po yung envelope.
So it says hope and the amount is there. Kasi ang sakit naman nun, ordinaryo lang akong trabahante tapos inano ka ng Vice President, di ba? It's very painful.
Ma'am, ilang taon na po kayo? I hope you don't mind. Gusto ko lang pong malaman kasi sabi po ninyo 40 years na po kayo in government.
I'm 65, sir, but
So when the time when you were appointed as USEC noong 2022 ba? 2022? How old were you at that time?
I was 64.
64.
Yeah.
I'm sure sa edad ninyong yan, after pagkatapos nyo pong pag-ingatan yung iyong pangalan for the past 40 years?
Sabutin ko yun. Yes, sir.
So, okay, anyway,
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman,
I'd like to...
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, dito po ako.
Ay,
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, can I continue first?
Congressman, wait, before I recognize Congressman Paduano, ma'am. Yes.
I believe...
With the indulgence of Congressman Asidre, please continue, Congressman.
Mr. Chair, can we allow Yusek Mercado to continue with the response? Because I was trying to ask her about the 16 million that the Vice President mentioned.
Please respond with respect to the 16 million. 1660. 16 million.
I would like to respond to that because it's a press con. When I was called for by Yusek Sulaika, he said, Yusek Mercado, you have to go because one, you have a teacher in your staff. But I explained to them that the teacher was a contract of services when I joined DepEd. And the teacher has a pending application in Cebu because he's from the Visayas. And while he was working with us, he qualified for the RQA. But then when he received his appointment as a teacher, it was already past the opening of the class. It was almost opening, and the teaching load was already apportioned. So I called the RD. I said, can I still keep him? Because he was working on the special hardship allowance, which was a program that BP Sara also wanted to improve, because there's a new hardship allowance, and we were just able to reduce the hardship threshold from 0.37 to 0.33. And she wanted the basis for the giving of the hardship allowance, special hardship allowance, revisited. So that's why that guy was the one working on it. So I explained, and I don't feel at all na guilty ako dun sa sinabi niya. The second one is, Sulaika mentioned that I solicited from 2 agencies. So I explained to her that it was a program which our strand developed. There were 2 consultants from UNICEF who developed the app, and then we asked our external partnership office to look for external partners who will be presenting the program, because we developed the concept. It was DepEd Guro. It's her being able to contact the 980,000 teachers. Parang kahit nasan siya, pwede niyang makausap yung mga teachers. The second one was for us to do an electronic mode of the RQA. Parang there's no human intervention anymore. Everyone uploads the credential. Even the computation of the teacher qualification is already on an what do you call this? Wala na siyang human intervention. So that was the program. It wasn't us who choose who would be the partners who will be invited. It was the external partnership. So we made a presentation to almost all the corporations. And then some of the corporations appreciated that it's a very important program. So some of them committed to buy, because what we did is we divided the total fund of 16 million into chewable chunks. So if you're interested with this package, ito lang. If you're interested with it, because not everyone naman wanted to pay the 16 million. But there were 2 corporations who were willing to fund, because we wanted to put one in Mindanao, one in Visayas, and one in Luzon. So there were 2 who committed to fund the full package, and those were the 2 corporations that Yusek Sulaika said I solicited. So I explained properly. I did not solicit. There's no money involved there. These are equipments. Walang cash po doon. Equipment siya na ito turn over sa DepEd. So I feel very sad that up until now, the BP has not been appraised, as I explained it to her people, that we did not solicit. In fact, the two corporations are willing to give an affidavit that I have no solicitation from them of 16 million.
So to reiterate, Mr. Chair, Yusek, first, this was a sanctioned DepEd project.
It's a DepEd project.
Second,
yes.
You did not do the solicitation yourself.
This was managed by the
External Partnerships Office. Third, no cash donation was ever made.
So
Equipment was given to the department. So none of this, what allegations that the Vice President's making against you is true.
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Chair. And that makes it very sad because she's saying it now. Ibig sabihin, her people did not explain to her.
At least I know she's watching, then she probably be able to get the information from you now. Thank you, Yusek. Thank you, Mr. Chair.